And good morning, everybody, and welcome to Indian Hill Winter Club here in Indian Hill, Ohio. We're getting ready for Game 1 of the BTHL end of season tournament against the Troy Bruins, who, as you probably know, we have met up with them. This will be the third consecutive game against the Bruins, as we had two at home last weekend, makeup games for the snowstorm that we had, so we had to reschedule. So here we are in Indian Hill, Ohio, and we get them as the first game in the pool play here. So there'll be a game today getting ready to start, and then the second game will be at 6 p.m. against Athens Bobcats, which we have not faced yet this year. Everybody's got similar MHR ratings, so we'll see how that shakes out this evening. These two games, depending on it's scored by periods and point differential, and it goes down to penalty minutes, and all kinds of factors come into play. So once these two games are done with the Wild and the other games are done, they will figure out who is the number one team and who is the second place team, and those two teams will play each other tomorrow at 2 p.m. So we'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. and hopefully tomorrow at 2 as well. The Wild make their way to the door as they line up to get ready to hit the ice. Got 2 minutes on the clock over here. That should be 3 normally. All right, and here are the West Virginia Wild and the Troy Bruins taking the ice. Last 4 games with Troy. Game 1 was a 4-0 loss. Game 2 was a 5-3 loss. And Game 3 was last weekend with a 1-goal game. I believe it was 5-4. And then the final game, it could be 6-5. It was a 1-goal game, and then the last game we played was a 4-4 tie. So we are due to defeat this team, and we've inched closer. And the boys had a great weekend last weekend. They win against Miami on Friday night, and then a 1-goal loss on Saturday morning, and then again a 1-goal loss to Troy in a tie. So they were playing very, very well last weekend, and we hope to see that again in the 2 games today and hopefully tomorrow. Got 30 seconds on the clock. I had some more videos queued up for you here, but I was having trouble getting a spot to get set up quickly, so I didn't get rolling in time to play those videos, but I'll try to do that for the next game, or I may play it at the end of this game. Five seconds left on the warm-up. And we are ready. I'll try to check in periodically on the comments online. Looks like we've already got 15 tuned in, ready to watch the Wild take on the Bruins for the 5th time this season. And here they come out of their huddle, making their way to the bench. And like I said, this matchup, this is last week's slide, but it's pretty close on everything here. They were a point above us in an MHR, but after last weekend, we came up a little bit, and I believe they went down a little bit, so it's even closer. So here we go. First line on the ice. Holly Gibson call. Face off back to Higginbotham. And Higginbotham sends up to Holly, but it's taken away at the blue line. Holly fishing it back out, and it gets knocked away. It's picked up by Gibson, again in neutral. Gibson floats it over to Call, and it's turned over to the Bruins. And here comes Bruins. Jellison coming in, taking a shot, goes wide. Rolls around the boards. Gibson on the other side. Bruins attempt to center. Gets knocked back to the boards. Bruins able to hold that in. Centers it up, and big thundering hit over in the corner, and the puck is knocked back out to Holly, who skates it through neutral, sends it over to, I think, trying to hit Call, but Gibson ends up with it, digs it off the boards, back into neutral again. And it's going to be chased down by Woods. And Woods skates behind her own goal. Sends it over to Gibson. Gibson sent it on up and through. And the Bruins dumping that right back in. Woods picks it back up in the near corner, sends it on around the boards over to Ruth. And it's going to be chipped back out by Holly. And it's going to be icing. Stopping the clock at 12:33. Very nice facility here with very weird seating situation. It's a very narrow view. As you can see where the camera is, I'm on the top seat on the bleacher. There's only 2 rows. And so it's very tight, very close. Puck knocked back out into neutral. The Bruins backhand it, and it goes out of play. Face off back to Fields. Fields carries it in. Carries it all the way to the corner. Takes a hit. And Bruins send it back around where Gosling tries to catch up with it, but it comes out. Cross ice pass from Walker over to Fields. And Wynn sends it forward up to Gosling, knocked off his stick and goes back in the Bruins. Send it back in. Walker, long pass out in the neutral. Bruins have it again. Send it back up. Gosling. Gosling has it. And Gosling, who takes a shot. Saved by the Bruins. Gosling tries to center it. It goes through traffic, and Walker is going to send that back in. Bruins trying to send it out. Walker holds it to blue line. Turnover. And the Bruins take off. Fields catches up, takes a poke check, and forces a shot that goes wide. It's knocked back out in front. And another one goes wide. Another shot coming in. And that is Blake scooping that up. Bruins with some chances there. And defense and Blake able to keep the score at 0. 10:53 remaining in the first. E-step, face off, goes to the Bruins. Bruins take a shot, goes wide, centered back out, picked up by Circle. Circle skates it into neutral, gets poked away, picked up by E-step. E-step winds up, takes a shot, it hits a Bruin. Bruins sent it back into the center. E-step hustling, keeping that in. Bruins try to clear. Woods stops and takes a shot. That is Walker Woods. And they're saying no goal on that one. Wow, that was a close one. Walker from the blue line takes a shot, and from this angle it looked like that was going to be a goal. So no goal. We stay at 0. Higginbotham tries to pass. Bruins deflect it. Goes into the wild end, and that's going to be icing. Face-off sent toward the Bruins' goal. Bruins pick it up, take off. And defense breaks that up. Bruins regain possession and try to center. Gets sent to the side where Carlisle sends it all the way down. No icing on that one. Bounces off the wall, and the Bruins quickly clear that back out into neutral. Woods sends it back through neutral and in. Bruins cross the red line and dump it in. It's Taylor dumping it in. Woods picks it up in the far side corner and battles for it. Woods comes out with it, sends it down behind the net, picks it back up, and he's going to skate it out, and it gets knocked away as he enters neutral. Higginbotham with it, and Higginbotham send it back into Bruins territory. Kang pressures. Bruins send it, pass it back up into neutral, and Walker sends it back into neutral again. Bruins back in. Walker back into neutral. That's actually up to Kang, and Kang sends a pass over. Goes off Gozik's stick to Taylor, and turnover. Bruins come in, take a shot, saved by Blake, goes over the net. And Wild trying to get that out of the zone. Leighton Walker is going to send it down. That's going to be icing. But that'll give us a chance to catch our breath and make a line change. But unfortunately, we'll have to face off down here in Wild territory. Quick shot off the face-off, and Blake snags that. That was a similar play like that last weekend, was a quick goal right off the face-off. So Blake was able to hang on there. Wild come out with it off the face-off. Field sends it around the call. Is dumped in. Fields sends on around the boards, caught by a Bruin, centered out and knocked away. Bruins sent it back in again, and I've lost sight. It's behind the net. Stripes is in my waist. Back out front again. Wild try to clear. Bruins sent it in again, right into the slot, in the traffic, and the Wild able to keep that out. Gibson, Call comes in, tries to float a pass up to Holly, gets knocked away by the Bruins, and the Bruins clear it out and almost get a 2-on-1 advantage. Fields hustling there and ends up with an offside. 7:34 remaining in the first period. Indian Hill Winter Club is where we started the season with the preseason tournament, the seeding tournament. This is where we started, and this is where we're going to finish this year. Win back to Woods. Woods picks it up off the glass. Sends it forward. Wynn trying to work that out. Bruins keeping it in. And the Bruins trying to center it up there. And it goes behind the net. Woods hard pass over to Ruth. Ruth back to Wynn. Wynn picks it up and takes off with the sends it onto the boards. And the Bruins get it and send it back down into wild territory. Higginbottom stops behind the net. Sends it around to Goslick. Quick to check on Goslick. Didn't work out. And Woods with the chance here. Woods getting ahead of the game. Takes a shot right into the chest of the Bruins, and he's not giving up a rebound to scoop up. .6:28 remaining. Face-off Bruins with it. Bruins sending around the wall, and it's going to come out into neutral. Walker sends it quickly across ice over to Fields, and Fields to Carlisle. Carlisle dumping it in. Bruins try to clear it back out, and they do. Walker stops it as they enter the zone, sends it back into neutral. That's elbow right in front of us on circle. Sent back to the far side boards right at the red line where Fields battles for it on the wall. And we got a penalty coming up on the Bruins. We got a cross check on the Bruins, and it'll put the Wild on the first power play. First penalty of the game at 5:44 remaining. This is the Silver Division. 4 teams in all divisions this year. Up to Goslick. Holly. Holly to Gibson with the shot. Save. Rebounds, pops out. Goslick recovers it. Gibson tries to feed it back into the slot. Goes around behind the net. Call. Sends it back around behind the net again. Gibson tries to get there, goes up to Goslick. Goslick feeds it back to Gibson. Gibson tries to send it across ice to Call, and the Bruins are able to pick that up and clear it. 5:12 remaining in the period, 59 seconds left on the penalty. Woods taking the draw. Back to Goslick. Over to Holly. Holly sends it in, and it goes wide of the net. And the Bruins send that around, and it goes all the way down to Wild end. 43 seconds left. Holly picks it up on her own end. Sends it off the wall. Bounces into center ice, and Goslick is going to pick that back up and carry it on. Goslick working his way through neutral, pops off his stick. Woods with a shot, gets blocked, and the Bruins break back the other direction. Pass over, it's a shorthanded attempt, hits the top crossbar and stays out of the net. Another attempt here by the Bruins, getting away, caught up by Goslick, and the Bruins find the 5-hole and get on the board first here with 4:11 remaining, just as the penalty had expired. Bruins send it in. Woods stops it, sends it back out. Estep picks it up at neutral. And Estep trying to work it in. It gets knocked away. He recovers. Higginbotham with a chance, takes a shot. It goes wide. It's going to go to the far side corner. Back up into neutral where Higginbotham's going to send it back in, picked up by the Bruins. And Bruins send it all the way down for icing. 3:33 remaining in the first. The draw, Higginbotham. Higginbotham sends it in. Rings post, and the Bruins try to clear it out. Higginbotham keeps that back in. Taylor, the shot, it gets blocked, goes into the corner. And the Bruins pick it up off the wall and carry it down. Like the Bruins end up with a penalty. I'm not sure what that was for, but no, there's no penalty. I thought the Bruins had a penalty there, but we're still 5-on-5 and nobody's in the box. So Ruth sends that in, takes a hit. Bruins picked up behind their own net, but it's stolen away by Goslick. And Goslick goes to the boards, the battles for it. Bruins send it back out, where Woods chases it. And Woods picks it up, and he skates between a couple Bruins. And Walker goes in all the way and scores! Walker Woods tying the game up with 2:31 left in the first. Face off back to Walker, up to Goslick, and Goslick dumps it in. Bruins send it up the wall, held in by Fields, and Fields with a shot, saved by the Bruins. Ruth goes to the corner, sends it back out front with another shot and a save by the Bruins. Goslick sends it, tries to send it in, it gets blocked. Bruins send it on around the boards and kept in by the Wild. And the Bruins send it back into neutral again. Walker gets it, sends it back the other direction. Gosling goes for it. Gets knocked back up. Wynn picks it up and skates it in. Turned over, and Gosling ends up with it on his stick. And he was setting up, but ran out of time from pressure. And Gosling backhands it through the slot. Wynn waiting there. It's tied up, couldn't get a shot on. And it's sent back to the far side, and it's kicked back out. Fields gets there first. Bruins nearly with the breakaway there. Fields gets there first and knocks it back into neutral. Picked off by Estep, and Estep's going to dump it in. Circle goes behind the net for it. Bruins try to clear, held in, bounces. Bruins come back out with it. Goes off his stick. Leighton Walker goes to the boards and fights for it. Wild end up with it, send it around behind the net. We only got 40 seconds left in the period. Carlisle tied up. Bruins with a shot on, and Blake knocks that to the side. Carlisle picks it back up off the boards again. Carlisle goes down. Puck is sent back toward the goal. 22 seconds left. And the Wild working that back out into neutral. Bruins dump it in offside. 15 seconds left in the first period. We're tied at 1. Megan tuned in watching from a rink just a few miles away. That is true. Kingsley's playing at Queen City Sports Complex. And we'll be headed right over there right after this game to go watch that game. That has never happened where the Wild and Kingsley's Pittsburgh team has played in the same area all season, so very fortunate. We'll get to watch a couple of those games. Face off, 2 seconds left, and that's going to do it for the first period. So after 1, we are tied at 1. And I'll take a quick break and be right back.
Warm-up time, guys. You too, Maddie.
Here we go, period number 2. Period number 2 has been a struggle for the Wild the last few games, so hopefully we can turn that around and have a strong second and third period. As it's been a last few games, been a strong first period and a pretty soft second period, and then coming back in the third for a strong finish. Holly with a shot and a save by the Bruins while I was yapping. We're going to try to clear, held in by Woods, but they're saying it was off. Call sending it in. Bruins pick it up. And Gibson battles on the wall, gets knocked out. Picked up by the Bruins. Bruins come in, set up, take a shot that on the far side of the net. It goes wide. Bruins slip and fall, and almost with an opportunity there, but it gets dumped in, and it's sent back out. Higginbotham sends it on around the boards. Woods is on the other side. Flex off his stick into Gibson. Gibson tries to find Holly, and Woods picks it back up at neutral, and Woods skates it in. Woods rips a shot, and the goalie gets a piece of that and sends it to the far side of the corner. Woods in there again. Back up to Call. Bruins picking it back up at neutral, and they dump it in. Higginbotham gets it, sends it on around, and Holly's going to pick it up at the blue line, sends it up to Call. Call comes in. Call working his way around. Call taking a shot, and it goes behind the net and around the wall, picked up by Gibson in neutral. Gibson tries to find Holly. It's deflected off a Bruins stick, and it is dumped back in by the Wild. Bruins pick it up in the far side corner. And the Bruins skated all the way down. Goes behind the net, tries to center. Collision behind the net. Puck gets knocked free. Goslick's going to pick it up. And Ghazi takes off. It's a 3-on-2. Ghazi working his way through. Setting up, taking a shot, and saved. And we had some hungry Wild ones there waiting on a rebound. Bo, Ruth, and Talon Wynn. But the goalie is giving them nothing. 11:31 remaining in the second period. It gets knocked off the wall to Wynn. Wynn trying to dig it out. Gosling taking a shot. It gets deflected off of a stick and in the net. Bruins trying to work it free. Gosling getting back a hold of it, dumping it in. Ruth goes to the corner, centers it out, and the goalie's able to cover that up with 11:06 remaining. Bruins win the face-off. Send it up the wall. Fields sends one in. Bounce. And Bruins goalie able to track that one down. And those bounce pucks are sometimes tricky. Often tricky. Bruins come out with it, send it right into center ice, and Bruins goes down. Parents are wanting a penalty, but he was slipping and falling before he even got touched. Bruins with the chance, kept out and swept away to the corner, and Walker sends that into neutral. Wynn tries to get a hold of it, and the Bruins send it right back in. That's going to be offside. Step tries to work it in off the draw. It's knocked back into Wild territory. Higginbotham tries to feed a pass. It gets kept in by the Bruins, and Bruins behind the net. Carlisle comes out with it, sends it over to Circle, and Circle's trying to work his way for E-step. Against the board with a hit. Higginbotham trying to work it free, and the Bruins send it back in, and we got a whistle. .46 left, and Wild on a penalty kill. Ball goes down, shot put on, save, and cleared out all the way down. That's going to be icing. It looks like E-step in the penalty box. I didn't see what happened there, but there was a collision on the boards over there. So the Wild shorthanded. Bruins try to set something up. Send it to the crease, gets knocked to the side. Higginbotham sends it on around the boards. Call picks it up off the boards. And Call sends it over to Holly. Holly chips it in. 1 minute left on the penalty. And Walker Woods with a shot that just nearly missed the top of the net. That was a rocket. Shot from the blue line. Bruins try to clear, lose the puck. Holly battling on the boards for it. Puck gets knocked away from the Bruins. Bruins recover, send it shot on, and it went wide and played by Blake. Call picking it up off the wall, and Call is going to send it all the way down. That's icing. 21 seconds left on the penalty, 8:37 remaining in the period. .21 left on this penalty. Got Gibson, Walker, Wynn, and Fields on the ice. Walker tries to send it around, hits a referee, and it's cleared back out. Bruins pick it up, send it back out. 5 seconds left on the penalty, and that's icing on the Bruins. 2 seconds left. 2 seconds left on the penalty. We face off in Bruins territory. 8:18 left in the second. And Wild back to full strength. Fields with a shot that goes wide. E-step back on the ice. Gibson send it back to E-step. E-step centers it out for Wynn. Wynn couldn't get a shot off as he was tied up. And the Bruins line up, take a shot. Blocker by Blake, and that goes in to the out of play, the net out of play. I started to say net, but I didn't want to confuse you and think it was a goal. Got another whistle. It's an interference on the Bruins. Officials going to discuss that one. The Bruins protesting that one. So Bruins get called for a penalty. It's overturned. And puck sent to the near side corner. Bruins send it up to the point. Shot coming in. Went through traffic and wide. Played up to the point again. And Gosling picking that off and taking back off with it. Bruins able to get it back. And then they send it in where it's Higginbotham going to get there and send it up the wall. Bruins hold it in. Bruins try to center. Gets up to the point. Shot gets blocked. And Bruins center it back out. Higginbotham sends it right back to the side. And this time here comes Walker Woods skating it in. Bruin goes down as he's trying to get it away from Woods, and it is bouncing around. And Wynn sends it out with a shot. Rebound comes out. Woods could not get a hold of it. And Wynn with a big hit at the blue line, knocking the puck away and tipped it clear. Bruins pick it off at the blue line. Tries to shoot, gets blocked. Here comes Wynn. Wynn tying a man up here on the wall. Gets sent across ice. Higginbotham on the other side. Ruth battling for it in front of the boards. He goes down. That was Ruth back up on his feet. .557 left in the second period. Still tied at 1. Bruins dump it in. Fields sends it right back out. And Fields, East up in the circle, try to fish that out. But gets knocked back in offside. 5:44 left in the second. Bruins come into the zone, gets knocked away by the Wild. Shot put on, steered to the side by Blake, and it is sent back out all the way down. Or the Bruins pick it back up on their own end, and they send it all the way back down. That's going to be icing and give a Wild a face-off and a line change in Bruins territory. Holly Gibson call on the ice. Fields and Walker on defense. Call sends it to Holly. Holly tries to backhand it back to Call. Bruins pick it back up and skate it into neutral. It gets knocked away by Holly and then sent in to Wild territory where Gibson fights for it behind the net. Bruins send it right back in. Out and a shot. Sorry, I switched the wrong camera. And saved. Gets knocked back out and in for offside. 4:32 left in the second. Face off back to Higginbotham and sends it up in the neutral. Bruins send it back in. Higginbotham again sends it across ice and it goes out in the neutral. Call and Gibson close in on a Bruin and forces a pass and pass it out, and Higginbotham sends it back the other direction. Bruins regain possession. Tries to clear, picked up at the, sit back in at the blue line. And Woods takes off with it. Call to Gibson. Gibson back to Holly. Holly sends it in, and rebound comes out for a second, and is covered up by the Bruins. Gosling with the backhand goes wide. Goes around the wall, picked up by the Bruins. Disrupted by Gosling and Kang. And it's another offside. Face off to Higginbotham. He's going to send it back through neutral. Picked up by the Bruins on our end. Kang pressures. Pass picked off by Higginbotham. And then Woods sends it back in. The Bruins get it off the glass. Another whistle and a face-off into Bruins territory with 2:58 remaining. Bruins get it sent around the boards. Taylor tries to stop on the other side. It gets sent on up and out where the Bruins carried in. Higginbotham knocks it away. Tries to clear. Bruins keep it in. Woods picks it up, and Woods takes off. There goes Woods. Bruin goes down. He takes a shot. Goes wide. Rolls around the board. And Higginbotham gets it and sends it back into neutral. Bruins clear and send it on. And Blake catches a piece of that, sends it to the side. Kang up to Gosling. And here goes Gosling. Gosling works his way in and takes a shot. Save. Rebound comes out and steered to the corner. Higginbotham with a shot from the blue line. And that gets past the goalie but goes wide. Higginbotham again takes another shot. Deflected. Rebound. Gosling trying to get another shot. Sent back into the slot again. Kang. Vinny Kang with a shot, and the Bruins able to cover that one up too. 1:43 left. Wynn getting into the face-off circle. We've got Holly, Fields, Walker, and Ruth out there. Puck sent down. Fields turns and sends it back up the boards. Bruins send it right back in. Walker gets it, sends it back out. Ruth picks it up at the red line. Goes off his stick. Bruins send it back. Walker sends it back the other way. We're ping pong here in the neutral zone. And it's dumped in by the Bruins. It's going to go wide. Holly trying to find Ruth over there. Wynn picks it up. And Wynn carries it in. Here comes Wynn. Sends it to Holly in the slot. Gets deflected by the Bruins. Back out into the slot again. Holly picking it up. Holly rips a shot, and it's gloved by the Bruins. .51.5 seconds left. Gibson taking the face off. Bruins sitting around the boards. And it goes out. Woods gets there. It's tied up by a Bruin. Try to send it out. It does pop out into neutral. The Bruins pick it back up again. 32 seconds left. Gibson stealing it at neutral, and he is knocked down, as is the ref. And here comes some pushing and shoving. Gibson sending it on. I couldn't see, I had somebody in my way there. And it is sent back down where Blake going to steer that to the side for Woods, and only 5 seconds on the clock. We need something quick here, and that's going to do it. So 2 periods down, and we are still tied up at 1. We'll be right back for the third and final period. All right, we're back for the third and final period. Of the 5th game this season between the Wild and the Bruins. We're underway. Higginbotham. Bruins send it back in. Tries to center it out. It's deflected away by Woods. The Bruins holding that in. Picked up by Call. Call finds Holly. And Holly comes in. Holly making a couple moves and loses it in the corner. Goes around behind the net. And the Bruins able to chip that ahead and pass. Pass was in front of him, or he could have got away. Pass back into the slot. Shot gets steered to the corner. Holly picks it up again. Holly up to Gibson. And goes off his stick and sent back where Woods is going to pick it up. Woods past the call. Call taking a shot. It gets deflected up and hits the glass. A shot from the blue line doesn't make it through traffic. And hit in the corner there. And we got a penalty coming. We got a hooking call. Bruins off the face-off, take a shot, it goes far wide. Leighton Walker sends that around. Bruins keep it in, send it right back in. Bruins pick it up behind the net and centered out front. Tied up, couldn't get a shot off. Sent up to the blue line, almost picked off by Estep, and Leighton Walker is able to send that back out into neutral as we are on a penalty kill. Wynn ties a man up. Bruins with attempted shot, whiffs. Steered to the side by Blake. And Estep skates it across the red line. They're calling icing on that one. As Estep wasn't quite there before he dumped it. So 44 seconds left on the wild penalty on Carlisle. Off the face-off win, back to Woods. Woods gonna take a Bruin to the corner. And the Bruins pick it up behind the net, send it around the wall. Wild able to keep that on the wall. Call picks it up. Call carries across the red line and dumps it in. That's not going to be icing on that one. Bruins try to clear, kept in by Wynn. Ben Call sets up for a shot, gets it poked away. Higginbotham takes a shot, it goes wide. Call up to Woods at the blue line. Woods couldn't get it settled down to get a shot off, but sent it back in. The Bruins get it and carry it back. And that's going to be offside on the Bruins. 10:56 remaining. Both of these teams, the Wild and the Bruins, are both played in the gold division this season. And based on MHR, they divided divisions up, so it put us both teams in silver. And it also puts it against Indian Hill and Athens, who we have not seen either team this year at all. But we sure have had our dose of the Bruins. Tied up the high slot. Woods rips one, and it goalie catches a piece of that, sends it to the corner. Bruins recover, I think that was a shot, but it went really wide. Maybe they just dumped it in. Woods is able to send that back into neutral again. And Bruins try to dump it. Higginbotham picks it off. And Higginbotham skates it all the way through neutral and dumps it in. To the corner, Fields holds it in. And Fields in a battle in the corner. But gets knocked back out into neutral. Carlisle back to Higginbotham. And Higginbotham cross ice over to Fields. Fields crosses the red line, stumps it in, bounces off the wall. Bruins clear it back out, and Bruins with a chance on a one-on-one here, but Higginbottom makes a defensive play and knocks it to the side. Bruins send it back into the slot. The puck is loose, and players go down. Puck goes to the corner. So it's E-Step and a Bruin both going to the box. It's 5-on-5. .9:01 left in the third period. Face off. Call comes out with it. Call sends it up to Gosling. And Gosling trying to get control as he enters the zone. Sends it over to Holly. Holly sends it toward the net and pad save. And the Bruins are able to send that back into neutral. It gets past the Wild, and the Bruins recover it. Try to set it up. Tied up by the Wild, and pass to Holly from Gosling. Holly trying to chip it in. Bruins get a stick on it and send it back through neutral to Walker, and then Call dumps it in. Gets hit by a hand from a Bruin and sent in deep. And a battle behind the net. Bruins pick it up and send it off the wall and through neutral. It's going to bounce in. Bruins with a chance here, takes a shot, and Blake is going to stop that and cover it with 7:53 left on the clock. Right off the face-off, Bruins with an attempted shot, goes wide, picked up by Woods. And here comes Woods. Through neutral. Gosling, or it's Gibson. Gibson digging it off the wall, and the Bruins knock it back out through neutral. And Woods gets there first. And Woods rides it all the way to the corner, drops a pass back to Gibson. Gibson comes out with some speed, and Gibson loses it just as he enters the zone. Regains possession, dumps it in. Bruins send it right back out. Woods has it again. Woods tries to send it up to win. It goes between his legs and on in to Bruins territory. The Bruins try to clear it back out. It's picked off by Gibson. Gibson turns and makes a quick shot. And the Bruins are able to stop and cover that one with 6:55 on the clock. Coach John Carper tuned in, says, "Let's go, boys." Back to Walker. Bruins dump it back in. Walker picks it up behind our own net. It's turned over and then recovered by Fields, and it's poked away by the Bruins. And Bruins recover that. Try to center it out. It hits the side of the net and sent on around the boards where Gibson is in a puck battle. And it's sent across ice. Bruins send it up to the blue line. Shot attempt gets blocked. And it goes behind the net. Bruins trying to center it back out. Goes to the blue line. Can't get a shot off. The Bruins hold that in. And it's back up the blue line, and Bruins with plenty of time to shoot. Gets blocked, and Wynn hustles it to the corner, and the puck is knocked up, deflected out of play, hanging in the safety net. 5:46 remaining in period number 3. Taken by them off the face-off. Sends it up. And a quick shot comes in, gets deflected, and we've got a scrap in front of the net. Calling it a goal for the Bruins. Trying to review that there, but it's going to need further review, but not that it's going to matter. So 5:24, we're down by 1 on a strange goal that I still don't know what happened down there. Holly at the face-off, tied up. Gosling trying to make a quick shot. Gibson sends it. And it gets blocked and picked up by Woods at the blue line. Woods battles for it and goes onto the ice with a Bruin. Gosling behind the net and is cleared out. 5:02 remaining. Bruins regaining possession, taking a shot, and Blake's going to cover that one. As Gibson and a Bruin were tied up. They floated down and got a shot. Up to Gosling. Bruins poke it back into neutral and sends on down where Woods is going to get there and send it up the wall. Bruins trying to send a shot on, gets deflected. Gosling trying to find Holly there in traffic. Turned over, Bruins come back. Bruin trying to set up a shot there, and it ends up on the stick of Holly, and Holly skates it in. Holly goes behind the net, sends it into the slot. Gosling, Wynn both waiting. Gosling muscling, sends it into the slot, and it's shot, rebound comes out. Sent back in again by Fields. Fields tries to send it through. Back up to the blue line. Walker, deflected, rebound, and back up to the blue line again. Fields sends it on, rebound pops out, and the Bruins able to clear it out. Good chances there from the Wild. And now it's just tangled up into the slot. 3:07 left. Back to Goslick. Goslick coming in. Goslick taking a shot, rebound. Goslick with it again. And he's taken down. So Goslick's going to sit, and it is 5-on-5. Walker Woods with a shot and a goal to tie it up here with 2:44 as that was sent into the slot, and Walker Woods waiting to bury that, tying the game back up with only 2:44 left in the game. Call sends it back to Higginbottom. Higgs tries to feed it back up to Call, picked off by the Bruins and sent in, where Woods picks it back up in the corner, sends it on around behind the net. Bruins trying to center it, picked up by Holly. Holly up to Wynn. Wynn up to Call, goes off his stick. Call trying to get through and get there. Bruins pick it up, carry it to the corner. Call goes for the puck, and Call still battling for it. Puck gets knocked free, and Wynn is going to pick that back up and go to the corner and send on around up to the wall, where Walker is there, and we got a breakaway, except Walker Woods is going to come over and knock that puck away. Woods goes behind the net, takes a Bruin down. Puck is sent back, and shot coming in, and Blake makes the stop. And we got more pushing, shoving, and jawing with only a minute and a half left in this game. Quick shot, hits the post. Whew, that was close. Bruin knocked off the puck by Wynn, and Bruins recover, tries to send it in, stopped by Wynn, and up to Call. And here comes Call and Holly. And he gets knocked away in the slot. Call tries to send it to Holly, picked off by the Bruins. 1 minute left in the game. And the Bruins come in offside. Only 57.5 seconds left. We got a timeout. And here we go, face off. Just outside of Wild territory. Tie game, 57.5 seconds left. Holly, Woods, Call, Gosling, and Wynn all on the ice. Holly back to Gosling. Gosling over to Woods. Deflected away, and the Bruins try to center it. Gosling sends it on around. Here comes Call. Call chips it forward. Call trying to feed it to Holly, and the Bruins able to knock it back back onto the stick of Gosling. Gosling working his way through and able to bring it in. Wynn picks it up. Wynn trying to center it, held in by Woods. Woods sends it in, rebound out there, and not even got a hold of it. Woods again, sends it through, goes wide. It gets deflected wide, and the Bruins with a chance here as they break out and come in, gets knocked away. 7 seconds left, and Call picks up the wall. Call, and that's going to do it. So this one ends in a tie, but a really hard-fought battle between these two teams. And as it has been the last couple times we've met this team, it's been a one-goal game and another tie, so something's got to give here eventually. So we're going to let them shake hands and join us back here at 6 p.m. for the game against the Wild and the Athens Bobcats. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you back here at 6 o'clock.